What about my beloved? He's so special. Can I tell you what's happening in my life? I'm in love and I think I'm gonna get married. I'm sure you're thinking, oh, this is so good to hear. Love is strong as death. Many waters cannot quench it. True love is strong as death. The floods cannot drown it. Whatever God does, it shall be forever. Love is strong as death. It shall be forever. My beloved is such a nice guy, so sweet, so gentle, and so kind. I can't believe God will give me someone so good. Oh, never had so much love and attention. I'm sure you're thinking, oh, this is so good to hear. Love is strong as death. Many waters cannot quench it. True love is strong as death. The floods cannot drown it. Whatever God does, it shall be forever. Love is strong as death. It shall be forever. I want you all to pray for me. I hope my beloved will not change. I've heard many things about marriage. Can such a love turn into bitterness? And I am praying, Lord, may our love last forever. May our love be strong as death. So many waters cannot quench it. May our love be strong as death, so the floods cannot drown it. For whatever God does, it shall be forever. Love is strong as death. It shall be forever. So I've been praying about my relationship, and I'm sure you're praying about yours too. I'm having counseling, I'm soaking in the Word of God, I'm building a good foundation. May our love be strong as death, so many waters cannot quench it. May our love be strong as death, so the floods cannot drown it. And whatever God does, it shall be forever. Love is strong as death. It will be forever. May our love be strong as death, so it will be forever. May our love be strong as death, so it will be forever.
Hi everyone, welcome to Heart to Heart. This is the third edition where all your questions will be answered. I am LP Oforiwa, your regular host. Why would a guy cheat on his beloved?
Why would he cheat? I don't know. I don't think there's an excuse for it. If you're in a relationship that you don't want anymore, end it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think there's an excuse for cheating.
Please, is it good to tell your beloved that your ex texts every time, even if you're is it good to tell your beloved whenever your ex texts you?
Why is your ex texting you? For me, it's not about whether you tell your beloved or not. My question is, why is your ex texting you? That's the only question that I have to ask you. Why? You see, some people will say, oh, but I'm not quarreling with him, I'm not quarreling with her. It's true, you may not be quarreling with him or her, but there's also the saying that the old charcoal catches fire very easily. If you joke, you will fall back in love with that person, and then we have another problem.
Please, is it right to be concerned or jealous when your beloved is in contact with his ex, like they FaceTime before? Or I'm just being
why?
Like,
so what the person say? Is it what?
Like, she is the one in the relationship, yes. and her beloved's ex, they still talk. They even FaceTime together.
I think you should leave them together for themselves.
Also. How do you deal with someone who thinks he's doing you a favor by being with you? How best can one handle a manipulative person in a relationship?
You can already see he's manipulative, and you're still there.
I'm very surprised.
I'm surprised you're there. I think that if you give the impression that the person is lucky to have you, you're very arrogant.
Yeah.
Even if it is true.
True.
You're very arrogant, And I would give you a wide,
Yeah. Plus, 1 Corinthians 13 tells us love is does not boast. So if the person is boasting, I don't think it's a relationship. Yeah.
You see, I know that there are times when we are preaching and we say things like the person's lucky to have you and things like that. We're trying to correct your own thinking about
yourself.
Yes, also because we have others who go the other way. You allow someone to treat you like that, you allow someone to walk all over you and all that. You must see that, no, that's not the right thing, and stuff like that. Now, there also is a tendency among ladies in particular. There's a certain pride in us that emerges, when we forget that somebody chose us.
Yeah.
Yes. And so we're trying to say, listen, if you had not been chosen, you'd have been there. So you're lucky that someone chose you. So there's a context and there's a background. But I have seen people, and some of the people I've seen who said this, that you're lucky to get me, they are total nothings from nowhere. They're just a problem. Problem husband. Then he throws his weight around that you're lucky to have me. And it's not true. It's not true.
Yes,
it's not true.
Oh, my dear, please.
The person has not married you, Christ, already.
Really manipulated.
And giving you that vibe. Oh,
my dear, please, it's time to walk out.
I don't think it's right.
Yeah.
I don't think it's even healthy.
Yes, young lady.
Because it means the guy will do a lot of things. Yeah, messy things.
Now that you're just in a relationship and he has not married and he does not have the official access to you in a certain way, he's already manipulative and things. It's not right.
And I don't see a lot of the soberly Christian men around us telling their wives, "Oh, you are lucky to have me."
Yeah.
It's not. Even when it is true. I don't see them walking around saying it.
Yeah.
So it's a very odd thing. It's not the best.
Please, how do you keep a long distance relationship and active and nice apart from calls and texts?
I don't know. Does it have to be?
Does a relationship have to be?
Yeah, because these long distance things have lots of issues. So.
Yeah. And now that you're asking about calls and texts, very soon you start sexting and sending nudes.
And to go into other things, I don't know what else you want.
I don't know what to say.
Definitely, it is true that there are times when you are apart for a short period of time. But these long relationships and long periods apart, I don't believe it.
Okay. So, what should you do if you confess your feelings to a girl but she didn't like you at that time, and now she has now come to say that she's interested.
But are you attached to somebody else? If you're not, she was simply working it out.
Okay.
Yeah, because maybe at the time when you spoke, her mind had not come upon it, so she couldn't give you an answer. Don't let a certain pride stop you. You understand when I say a certain pride? Maybe you are feeling that, all this time you have not said anything. Why are you now coming? It's very likely that she was just working it out. She had not thought about it. There are many things. It is when you come to speak, it's now you've introduced a seed there, you see, and the seed is now growing. So if you are still not attached to anyone and all that, and you still like her, I don't see the reason why you shouldn't go for it.
Okay. Is this okay to pray in wait for a girl that bounced you to fall for you later and confess her feelings for you?
You got to be a man of faith. Because it may work, but it also may not work. So you have to be ready for both. Or for either, for either.
Okay. I have an issue. When I toast a single lady to enter into a proper relationship with her, I get bounced. But I always get desperate and married women to fall in love with me. I have prayed over it a lot. And if I don't get bounced by if in a situation where he doesn't get bounced by the single ladies, the relationship lasts for like a month, then she will find somebody else and be with. Is there any remedy for this?
Well, first of all, I think that if he's trying to, it's one thing if you say that, some random married woman was falling for you, but if it's repeated, I suggest you go and get some deliverance from this, because demons call themselves.
Yeah.
Demons call themselves. What is that residue in you that is located in these married women that makes them, and then you feel that it's also, your actual people, they don't really like you. I think you should, you should check it out. Yes.
Is it better to tell a girl I like her before building a friendship, or I should become friends with her first before telling her I like her?
Is there a formula? I would have gone for the safer option, which would have been to begin to build a friendship and so forth. Because if you're just going straight, you cry. What are you even basing on? You're just basing on her figure, on her face, on what you think is there, not what is really there. So get to know her a bit.
Mommy, please, my parents keep saying that they wouldn't want their daughter to marry from a particular tribe. They said they have no problem with that tribe, but it's just that from the trend, fancy women that marry from that particular tribe got divorced after many years of marriage. I've witnessed it too, and it includes a pastor who married for over 30 years and divorced his wife just last year and remarried another woman from his tribe. People are saying that they wouldn't want, my parents are saying they wouldn't want me to face the same problem. What do I do?
So just go on to others. You've not told us that you are liking somebody from that tribe. So if they have already told you that they don't like this tribe, then just, there are so many other tribes. Why do you want to force and, get into that?
Yeah. Mommy, please, I'm a 24-year-old lady. I have been in a relationship for some time, but now I have this frightening feeling about marriage. It scares me, and I don't know what to do.
Fear is a demon. You can't allow a demon to lead you. So rather than sitting there and being afraid, do some praying and do some reading about what a good marriage is. And make up your mind that you're going to work on your marriage. You can't just sit there and be afraid.
Hello, Mommy. Can two friends chase the same girl? The girl I like, I have noticed my friend is also interested, even though he has not told me. Should we all compete for the best candidates to come out victorious?
He has not told you.
No.
And I assume you have also not told him.
Yes.
So the playing field is level.
Is it good to be in a relationship that your partner just does not understand simple things and makes a big deal out of everything?
You're asking if it is good.
Yes.
But if the person makes a big deal out of everything and it worries you, there's more of the same coming. So it's up to you to advise yourself.
So, What is the most important element in maintaining a relationship?
You see, when you ask me that, it's like asking me, what is the most important element in having a bumper harvest? There's no one answer. The rain is as important as the fertilizer, as important as the soil, and as important as the seeds. So and the how you planted. So there's no one answer.
Planted distance and all, my dear.
Yeah, there's not one answer to that question.
Mommy, how do you?
I can tell you two things without which a relationship won't work. One is trust. The other is respect. You can marry without love, but you cannot marry without trust and without respect. Those two things, if they're not there, the relationship will not even stand. Love can come after even. You see, that's why you see people who are in arranged marriages. Many of them eventually fall for themselves, especially if they're from a culture like that and they know that that's how it's going to go. But without trust, without respect, no.
How do I grow to trust my fiancé if I don't feel like I can or I should?
No, but is that because you are a suspicious person or because he has done something to break your trust? If I knew which way, then I know which way to answer.
Also, there's this prevailing culture that has now come up that fear women, or fear women, fear men, fear women, fear, like it's all over the place. So when you see, how do I even explain it? For instance, this issue that happened in Kumasi where the woman was shot, the people are now saying that fear women because a woman can do this, a woman. Somebody says, some people go as far as to say use 23 hours in the day to fear women and use 1 hour to sleep.
No, you see, if you're going to guide yourself with those kind of things, that's exactly what you'll experience. The person that you're going to marry, you better trust the person. Otherwise, don't marry the person. Yeah.
Mommy, how do you let a guy in church know that you are not interested in him? Not that he has proposed, but all his actions says that he likes you. How do you do it in a subtle manner without sounding rude?
You don't have to sound rude. If the person is showing you that he likes you and he has not said anything but you can see, there's nothing wrong for you to politely tell him that, I know you haven't said anything, but I can see it looks as if this is the way that you want things to go, but I don't think I share that. I'm happy to be your friend, just a platonic friendship. Thank you for thinking or liking me, but polite.
Wow.
It's important to be polite because you don't know that in a little while you're going to eat your words. Look at the one who gave us the example when he proposed the girl didn't say anything, and now a long time has passed and she has come back. Now, if when he proposed she had spoken in a certain way, she can't even come back. She can't come back to say, I think I like you. After all.
How do you know if you are sexually compatible with someone?
You cannot know until you are married. Now, let me just enter into this, because when you say sexually compatible, it's when you are an unbeliever that you have to just make sure that it works once immediately. But when you are getting married to yourselves, you are now coming to learn about each other and what pleases each other. You are now going to go to a school about each other. So this compatibility matter there, I can't even begin to work on it. A lot of people think that, especially the guys, they think that, I know what to do and all that. That doesn't mean that that's what's going to please your wife. You see, and wife, you're also going to have to learn what to do. So I don't work with the compatibility matter at all. In our system, we work on it until it works. Oh yes. We work on it until it works. And the door is always open to come back to your counselor or to your pastor and, say that it's not really working between us, and actually get practical counsel on how to make it work. Because we believe that it is God who created sex and that it should be good within a marriage. We really believe that.
Having foreplay with your boyfriend. It's two boyfriends. Like you just asked. Having foreplay with your boyfriend, is it a sin?
What do you think?
You see, I think that the reason why a lot of people ask them these questions is because they think that fornication is just a sex thing, the penetrative act of it. Yes, so a lot of people, you will discover that, or I have discovered that a lot of people do everything apart from the act of the sex itself.
Let me ask you, see, recently, There was a case in court.
Okay.
A woman, a journalist who took Donald Trump to court. The ruling from the case has ruled that he didn't rape her, but it has ruled that for sexual assault, yes, and he's been fined $5 million to pay to the woman. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So you need to see that. So rape probably means that the context of rape, or whatever they define as rape, it didn't happen. But whatever happened there was sexual. You should see that you're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
You're talking about the same thing. So you want to gratify yourselves, and you want to explore, and you want to get into things. You need to know that you're opening a door that you may not easily be able to shut. And you need to know that it is all part of sin. It's all part of what we're saying shouldn't happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how physically close can you be with your beloved? Can you hold hands? Can you, if somebody's asking like the physical contact, but like how far is too far?
What can you do in public?
Okay.
That's probably the best I can do.
Sure.
If you can hold hands in public, hold.
Yeah.
In our culture, we don't kiss in public. But in our culture, you can hug in public.
Yeah.
You give a hug.
Hey, some of you, your hugs are too.
You see, I would say that in this matter, you as the couple should be honest with yourselves.
Yeah.
Yes, you should be honest with yourselves. And don't start splitting hairs. When you start asking, oh, how far can we go? Foreplay. How far does foreplay go? It can go pretty far.
Yeah.
In fact, it can go very far. We've even had instances of people getting pregnant under foreplay.
Oosh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, why are you surprised?
Because you've maneuvered in such a way that juices are met.
Yeah.
But you can say that there was no penetration.
Yeah.
But the pregnancy has resulted.
Yeah.
Now, you're saying there's no whatever, but that's it. You know. So I think that you should be honest with yourselves and have an honest chat. And one of the things I'd say also is that make your relationship interesting. There are things to see, there are places to go, the experiences to have. What ends up happening is that you just go to the guy's place, you are the local maid in the place there, you just come clean and washing, whatever. Nothing happens.
Our wife.
This is Ghana. Yeah, then you are feeling fish, you cook, and there's nothing. But there's a whole life out there. So many things to see. Even our campus is a very interesting place. But you don't want to walk Ghana girl, Ghana girl. So you know, so there's so much to see and do that, you know, isn't seen and done. Yeah. And I'm saying this to say you can spend a lot of time with each other, but you spend it in such a way that it's not there's no problem.
Mommy, I want to know how to abstain from sexual related activities in my new relationship. Since I was involved in such when I was in the world, now I have found Christ. Good for you, sister. And I want to do things the right way. Please help me, Mommy.
I think I just said a lot that can help you. Yes. First of all, it's something that the two of you must determine. The two of you must agree that, listen, we're keeping this relationship pure before God. You know, unlike couples who say that, we actually have a time that we pray together.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, we have a time we pray together. And there are many things to do that, you know, are interesting, you see, outside. Most of you have this question. I mean, so then somebody's asking, how do we create boundaries? I think it's all about the same question. You know, that's what I'm saying that you talk about
it. So please talk about it.
We always advise couples and we say, between yourselves, talk about it. What you will do, what you won't do. Where you will meet each other, where you won't meet each other.
And the time
that you meet. And you share all these things together. You see. I also want to say that having good friends is important. Because sometimes when you have a couple, you know, two beloveds, you have other friends who are beloveds, you're all friends. There are things you do together, the four of you, the six of you, you're going somewhere, you know. So you're together and you sit privately at times, you talk, but then you are in a safe kind of environment.
Okay. Yeah. Please, is it right for a male and female friends to go swimming together? Why or why not?
I've never thought about it before, but if 6 friends come and say they are going to swim together, I wouldn't have thought about it.
Well,
maybe you should tell me a bit more.
Yes, because I teach swimming. Yeah. And I've taught guys in the church how to swim before. It has never been, for a lack of better word, sexual. It has never, just the activity of me teaching them how to swim.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm not going to wear a bikini to teach you how to swim.
Yeah.
What I've realized in these past few months when I go and teach people how to swim is that a lot of the students come with their friends. Like, so let's say a guy who presumably knows how to swim, which most of the time they don't really know how to swim. Tell the girl that, oh, I know how to swim, I'm going to teach you how to swim. And the girl also comes.
Then she's in her bikini.
In her bikini. Or if she's in the bikini, we'll take it like, so that they wear these cotton, and you know, the cotton material, and then whatever, in water you can see everything. So that the guy is also in the pretext that he's teaching you how to swim, and he is touching you, and we can't all see it. And I'm like, how cheap can you be?
Yeah, how stupid! You should have known that that's how it will go.
And they do it all the time. So it depends. I've gone swimming with some male friends before, but I'm not wearing a bikini. They are not going to touch me anyway. Let's be serious. So usually the friend that is asking you to go swimming,
you must know what
you must know what he means.
Yeah.
And usually you know.
Yeah. And you know what to expect.
You know what to expect. So I just saw another question that answers the question. Somebody's asking, is kissing your beloved allowed? Please, it's not allowed. It's not right. We've moved on. I beg you. If you were doing it, please stop. How do you deal with someone you flag but you don't like the person again? She's still your friend. You see some way anytime you feel some way people are teasing you. So like your beloveds, you've broken up now. Trying to move on. And they're always teasing you.
People are not allowing you to move on. I said then should we be pausing? Read that question again.
Okay. How do you try to cope if someone you've liked before but you don't like again? As in you're in a relationship but you're no longer in a relationship. But now you're still friends because of where you find yourself. Maybe you're in the same class or you're in the same church. You're trying to move on, but people tease you and it makes you feel some way.
Oh, I think that, the people teasing you, they must be human beings that you can see. So tell them, I don't think this is appropriate anymore. Okay.
What do you do when you marry the wrong person?
You're stuck, that's all.
Forgive.
We're just stuck.
How do I get married early without a lot of money?
Oh, it's possible. I think that churches differ. So if this is your home church, I'll say to you that you don't have a problem. What we normally do is that we have different types of weddings.
Okay.
Yes. There are some things we consider important. One of the things we consider important is that you should have gone through the marriage counseling. We also think it's important that you should have, if the families must know each other. When it comes to what we call the engagement, it is necessary. It's part of our culture. You really can't get away from it. But if you have, for instance, you're given a list that is to high heaven, we will show you how to get someone to mitigate it. Some families allow that, so you can bring it down. But I assume you're talking now about your church wedding. And when it comes to your church wedding, we have different types. We have weddings that we do at the office level. So you come in, we set up the office as if it's a church. Obviously not my office, but a proper office.
We'll get there.
And a small ceremony is done for you there. And then you can do whatever you want to do with your guests. I've seen only one or two of them. I haven't seen much, just one or two of those. What we have that is very common, which we do very often for couples who are working on their finances, is to have a Sunday wedding. Now on a Sunday wedding, people are coming to church.
Yeah.
You are coming to church anyway. So number one, you'd have dressed nicely. Then we have the service, and at a point in the service, we welcome the bride, and then we have your ceremony for you. Now, because the people came to church, you don't have to refresh everybody. So it boils down to maybe if you have some relatives who traveled, up to you what you want to do, but then it cuts off all your bills. Yeah. And then also, when you are going for the full wedding on a given day, there are many things that we can, many ways to cut it down. That's why you shouldn't just go and sit in a room and organize your wedding. You should talk a lot. Yeah. There's a way you can beat down the cost of refreshments. You can beat down the cost of a lot of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you do if your husband constantly abuses you and all other alternatives you have taken still doesn't work, what are the basis of divorce? Are the basis for divorce in the Bible?
The only basis for divorce in the Bible that we have written is fornication, adultery, where he's gone to sleep with someone else. Now, when you say he also has somebody who can speak into his life, because this is something that the person who can speak into his life should deal with.
Okay.
So if you didn't marry in church, it's possible that maybe you were not a serious Christian then, you became a serious Christian afterwards. Then I'd suggest that you find somebody whose opinion he respects, who you can speak to intervene on your behalf.
Okay. All right. So finally, I don't know if I've asked this question, but somebody is asking, hi mommy, can you talk about male hygiene for the guys too? Because we are smelling things, especially for us the ladies, it can put us off.
Well, my only I would say that I wouldn't add especially the ladies, because I also find that there are ladies with the same problem. And I think we have spoken about things before. When I have my mother to son times, which are times I have with the men alone, it's one of the things that we sometimes go into. I need to say, so I would speak about it from the point of view of both. I think that shaving is important, and it's important for both. As a student, I had a classmate, a course mate. I mean, he used to sweat heavily, so heavily, you know. He was the first person that I knew, I got to know, who would change his shirt twice in a day, because he knew that. And he would rinse out the shirt immediately. And one time we asked him why, and he said, well, if you kept on out the shirt. But I also want to say that, ladies, you need to know if you're also like that. And buy the deodorant, whether you're a man or a woman. Get deodorant that works for you. Many sprays are not antiperspirants. Many sprays do not work. So if you are the type who sweats, you will smell even if you're using a spray. Get a roll-on and use it. And girls, that hair that you're leaving for 3 months without washing, please, it's unhealthy. It's not it. It's not it. Anything you're going to do for 3 months must be washable as is. It's not so. The personal hygiene is important all around.
I see. And I think that sometimes if you have a good friend, you should be able to ask do you think that my breast stinks? Do you think I should do something about this? Or I should do something about that?
And don't be offended when a friend tells you, because it takes something for a friend to tell you. But maybe the person has really seen that this thing is a problem. I have to say it, you know.
How do you go about being someone who is insecure about yourself and thinking you'd never get anyone to like you?
What you should do about it? Find the scriptures in the Bible that talk about you. The scriptures that talk about your value. The scriptures that talk about the fact that you fear that, you know. So you just balance by balancing.
Balance by balance.
By balancing. Actually just do it.
How do you become a lover of God?
You know, if you find that you don't love God and your heart is not in it, ask Him to help you to love Him.
Okay.
You know, a very good prayer to pray is the prayer in Ephesians 3 from verse 17, and it talks about us knowing the length and depth and the height and the width of God's love. And it's a prayer to pray over yourself. You see, and as you do over time, you will find that He touches your heart. There's the heart of even the king is in His hands. How much more we who are normal, just young normal people, He will turn our hearts to Himself if we ask Him to do so.
Alright. What do you do if your parents won't let you come for camp?
That's an interesting one. The first question that I have when I hear some of these things is to ask, how did they know you were going to go for camp? And I'm asking this question because there are times that you're on campus, they don't know everything that you do, and you're an adult and you're making your way out. Now, if you know, you should know where you come from and what they're likely to agree to. And don't give information that you don't need to give. Not for any bad reason. After all, when you were an unbeliever and you were going sleeping with that guy, you never asked that information, never. And now that you come, you become you're now simplistic and you're same things. So obviously give you the usual, stay in school, study. Meanwhile, half your mates are studying at that time. Having said that, I mean, you do your best to be at the company. When all fails, you resort to the videos.
Mary, please, how do you deal with being comfortable with yourself when all your friends are slim and you are big with big arms and very self-conscious, especially when someone compliments you?
Well, first of all, you're blessed to have compliments. It tells you that it's not just as you think. And I think that to be comfortable with yourself, I think you need to apply your mind to it. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've also walked there. And I came to the conclusion that I can't do anything about my height. And this is the way that I am made. The Bible says I am fearfully and wonderfully made. The Bible says I'm the apple of God's eye. Let me be content with what I have.
Mommy, what should be done if someone is asking you for stuff and not even taking it into consideration whether you have it or not?
But if somebody asks you for something you don't have, you don't have it.
I'm surprised.
Yeah. I don't think you should get up and try to get. Now, you should also find out why is that person always asking you. Maybe it's time to have a talk with the person and say, listen, this thing is giving me pressure. I'd like to help you, but I'm also a student. I cannot do this.
How do you become financially wise?
I think that there are a few guidelines you can follow. You can listen to more of this, of find things to read. But first and foremost, you ensure that you tithe. You give God what is His due, your tithe and your offering. You also try to have a budget that you live from what you can buy, and try not to spend what you haven't budgeted for, and try to save something also.
Our final question. Person is asking, what is happiness? Can true happiness be found in relationships?
No,
is it the same?
No, it's not the same, because I don't think that God gave to any one human being the ability to be everything for a person. Definitely a person will let you down one day. There'll be different things. So yes, you're happy in the relationship, but that's not all of it. I think that there's a part of us that is created for the Lord, and until that part gets full, it seems as though even when people have everything, they're still searching for something. And you see the searching for something in all the crazy things that are going on around us, and you see that even after they've done it all, they're still not satisfied. They're still looking, they're still wishing. Now the Bible says that the joy of the Lord is your strength. And I think that finding Him and really finding a relationship in Him and what you're supposed to do in Him would take you closer to what you're looking for as happiness.
All right, Mommy. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
We've come to the end of our Heart to Heart. Hopefully all your questions have been answered. I'd like to say a very big thank you to ES.Joy for making the time and giving us the opportunity to have all our questions answered.
And let's thank those who sent the questions as well, because there are others who have questions who didn't bother to send them. So
thank you for sending your questions. Thank you so much. Now the link is closed, so you can't send any more questions. But however, you can talk to your pastors. You can talk to Lady Reverend Humi and send her a message, or you can talk to her after service. We have intimate counseling after service on Sundays, and then for those of us in the Saturday evening services, we have intimate counseling after church. You can talk to me, Lady Pastor Foriwa, or LP Paulina, LP MFA, and Pastor Justin. And you can also text Mommy ES.Joy with your questions. If you don't have her number, find the person who is supposed to be your leader in the church, and the person will send it to you. God bless you. Stay safe until we meet again. Bye.
Bye.